Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to dive back into Cochrane Alberta's real estate market, take a look at what's happened here in January of 2025, and what you as a buyer or seller can look forward to moving into February of 2025. And just before we dive into all those statistics, obviously we've got to look at what's happened nationally. First off, in January, late January here, we had another Bank of Canada rate drop of 25 basis points. Now, for those of you that are on a variable rate, you're going to see your prime rate drop by about 25 basis points. For those looking at shopping into those fixed rate mortgages, those are starting to pop up now at what banks are advertising, as it normally takes about a week for that to get kind of in the market space. So keep an eye out if you are in the market of buying. That 25 basis points may help you. It's a good time to reach out to your mortgage broker and get an update on how that makes things work for your situation. And also, as of this morning, we're now kind of dealing with or starting to deal with these new tariffs that have been placed by the respective governments. How that's going to affect the market. Obviously, we've seen the dollar today take a big hit down to 2003 levels. How that's going to affect our real estate market is yet to be seen. Again, like we talked about in last video, I think have seen, and we'll show you the details of that, a little bit of a slowdown here in Cochrane Alberta's real estate market, especially compared to the start of 2024 and 2023. However, with those lowered rates, that may shelter the home market, especially with the demand for housing that we have, a little bit longer than usual. So let's keep an eye on that. But without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into what's happening in Cochrane Alberta's real estate market here in January. Now, right off the hop, January did see a smaller price growth year over year than we've been accustomed to seeing here in Cochrane over the past couple of years. We've been seeing about a 9 to 10% growth year over year, and Cochrane in January saw about a 5% growth in the benchmark price and about a 4 and change percent growth in the detached market. The benchmark price comes in right below 566,000, whereas the detached price comes just below 659,000. Both of those values are down respectively from the previous month. So we have seen a little bit of a price cool down just in the averages for Cochrane, and the long-term trends are going to really show us what that is doing to the market. But as of right now, I'd say that with that lower price month to month, we are in a bit more of a balanced market than we were. And much as I mentioned in the last video, I think we're starting off 2025 a little bit slow and a little bit more reserved than we did in previous years. So for the buyers entering the market at this time of year, this could be a really good time to jump in and take advantage of some of that cooling in the price value. Now, the big driver of that price cool down is the fact that in January we had 104 new listings with only 71 sales. And while 71 sales is a growth of about 1.4% year over year, that 104 new listings is about 40% up, which means our inventory followed suit to being about 40% up as well, putting Cochrane's month-to-month supply at 2.2. So for the fifth consecutive month, same as Airdrie, mind you, Cochrane has been over that 2 months of supply benchmark. Now, long-term forecasts, while that's the highest in the last few years, the 10-year average for Cochrane in terms of month of supply is about 3.4. So we still are below the long-term average of month of supply for Cochrane, but it is an increase in what we've seen for the past 3 years. Now, when we dive into the inventory numbers, again, I've been talking about this for a bunch of videos. This, to me, is a very big thing to look into when you dive into inventory, is looking at what inventory is available for your specific situation. So as of this morning, we have 153 listings here in Cochrane. And in terms of the gross listing population, 78 of those are new construction listings. So 51% again is new construction listings. And that really matters if you're looking for a 3 to 4 month move-in period, when some of those listings aren't going to be due to be finished until October, November, maybe even into December, depending on what stage of construction they're at. So again, if you're thinking about moving to Cochrane and you're seeing some of these new construction listings, it's really important to pay attention to the completion date. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out and we can talk about that. Looking at the individual sectors themselves, in terms of detached homes, there's 95 of those on the market currently, and 53 of those 95 are new construction homes, which is right at 56% of detached homes are new construction or in the construction phase. When we look at duplexes, we're 13 new homes out of the 26 listed, so right at 50%, and townhomes are 12 out of 25. So again, right at that 50% range. Now, the other trend I would want to take a look at here in the market, and this has to do with the mortgage rules that were changed in December, is how those home sales over the $1 million mark are changing, if they are. So for a seller sitting on a home like that, thinking about if this is going to help them sell their home, or for those buyers that are entering into that million plus market with the hopes of the new mortgage rules helping them purchase in that category, I just wanted to point out that both in January and in December, so kind of since those mortgage rules have come into effect, there has actually been zero change from 2023, 2024, or I guess 2024 January and 2025 January in the numbers of sales of homes in Cochrane, Alberta over that $1 million mark. So as of right now, that hasn't really changed the competition in that price category. And so that'll be something that I'm going to keep including here in the videos going forward, just to see how that aspect of the market is changing. I hope you found today's market update helpful. If you have questions on how all of this data affects your specific situation navigating the Cochrane Alberta real estate market, my contact information is in the description of the video below. On the channel, there's a ton of community tour videos, some information on the mortgage rules, some information if you're thinking about buying an acreage near the town, and just a whole bunch of other services and tips and tricks about buying here in Cochrane, Alberta. So check those out. And if you do like what you're seeing on the channel, I would appreciate it if you click that like button, click the subscribe button, and maybe even that notification bell, as it helps me out tremendously get this information out in front of more people. Thanks again for watching. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.